then how do you teach that
Right.
understanding
So
to students? You spend
I've
more time or
okay.
yeah,
So what I've mentioned there is the procedures first, understanding second
yeah.
approach, which is, as I've said, I think the default way mathematics tends to be taught in most classes. And the problem with it, I'm not criticizing the teachers, because some teachers can do this and get good results. The problem is that most kids, more than 50%, don't cope well with it in terms of it doesn't promote understanding.
Mm.
And we want to promote understanding, because trying to remember formulas and routines, procedures in mathematics when you don't understand what's going on, is the most ridiculous request that any students ever asked. And most students are being asked to do that every day. And it's an impossible thing to succeed at. You have to be able to understand it. So if procedures first, understand, in other words, I'm the teacher, I teach procedures, that's my focus. And I hope that understanding happens. And understanding is a second priority, because I don't even really know how that works. Let's flip that around. Let's become an understanding first, procedures second teacher. Now, I've had some responses from people, oh, no, but there's research that says you can't do procedures second. They have to happen at the same time and blah, blah, blah. People get their minds in a knot over these pedantics. Sometimes you do it together, sometimes you won't. It's not necessarily a chronological thing. I'm saying it's a priority. So I'm now the teacher, and my number one priority is understanding. So I'm going with a lesson plan, and I want the students to understand the concepts that are underpinning these next procedures. Maybe I'll do that at the same time, as long as I get the students not to replicate my examples, but that they get a reasonable amount of practice at exploring the concept. I've got an activity where they're going to explore the concept. I'll give you an easy example in a minute. So that's my first priority. My second priority is the procedure, not necessarily a lesser priority, but it's the understanding's got to be at least an equal priority, and often will come first. So if now I'm an understanding first, procedure second teacher, right? So that's my number one priority, is this understanding. Sometimes I'm going to say to the class, hey, students, we're just going to go into this thing in surds. I'm not going to do the understanding. We're going to go straight into the procedure. I'm going to teach the procedure. I'm going to teach 3 procedures, actually. Then we're going to unpack the understanding, right? That's a conscious choice to do it that way because of whatever reason. That's different to when I was a procedures first teacher. I did that all the time without even thinking, right? So now that I'm an understanding first, I've got the choice. Our focus is on understanding. Procedures are very important, and I can choose what order they come in, depending on what's going to work best for my students.